Hello, friends. Happy Wednesday. Let me just go live on Instagram. All right, live on Instagram. Hey, Minnie.
Hi everyone, we are back after 15 days of vacation, so it was a lot of fun. We missed you guys.
Yeah, I apologize if anyone jumped on live last week. I had actually scheduled a replay for the first week we were gone, but the second week I forgot to do that. So I apologize for that. But thanks for being here. We're also going to try going live a little earlier, around 12, since that's when most people have lunchtime. And what's better than to eat lunch and see how to make some simple plant-based recipes. So my name is Dr. Simran. If you are new here, thank you for being here. I am a triple board certified physician with expertise in lifestyle medicine and plant-based nutrition. I'm a coach, I'm a mom, and I've also been a patient on the other side of the bed, just like my mom, who is a two-time breast cancer survivor. And our journey, my journey here started 10 years ago when I found out about my genetic mutation, and the kitchen has been a place of empowerment for me ever since. I have learned a lot of what I know about the power of food as medicine and plant-based nutrition over the last 10 years, not in medical school, but after I became the patient. My mom naturally has just always been the most amazing cook. And so now we come together every week and we put this show on. We talk about lifestyle as medicine, we talk about food as medicine, and show you simple ways to cook and take advantage of that. Do you want to say something, Minnie? I see you have a ginger turmeric shot in front of you.
Yeah, I'm just recovering from a cold from the trip. So I'm in the recovery mode right now. So I have this ginger and turmeric shot. I am not making any salad today, but I will show you water you can drink every day with ginger and cucumbers. So we'll do that in a bit. Before that, Simran, cheers.
Shot, 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 shot. Yeah, guys. This is the kind of shots that we take now, right? Ginger, turmeric, antioxidant, polyphenol type of shots. I'm also recovering from a cold, and my husband is obsessed with these, so we just kind of always have them in the fridge, but they're really good.
Yeah. So Simran was looking for all sort of shots there, even in Barcelona. She was hooking me up with these shots while we try to not to get sick there. So it was fun journey.
It's impossible though, right? So we were all over the place. So we drove from DC to Toronto, picked up my mom, flew to Barcelona. Then we went on a cruise from Barcelona to France, and then two spots in Italy, and then back to Barcelona for 5 days, where my cousins and my mom's sister joined us from Denmark and from London, England. And so it was a lot of fun. Lots of memories were created, but by no means was it a healthy trip. We stayed up late. We weren't sleeping. There was a lot of stress. My 6-year-old loves to wander, and the streets of Barcelona are so busy, packed. There's so much tourism, and my husband and I had a heart attack like every 5 to 10 seconds. Like, where is he? Where is he? So it was by no means like a low stress trip, but it was amazing. And my mom and I ended up getting a cold, so we are actually doing much better in recovering. But still, it's like these trips where you go and travel the world are not low stress, but they're so
Yeah, but at the
necessary.
same time, you make the best out of it, right? So
Oh yeah.
we people usually go on trips. They are drinking, overload of drinking, and what were we doing? We were waking up early and having celery juice first thing in the morning
That's
with
true.
uh, with mint. So we were making our own little pearls and nuggets to incorporate with fun. So it was fun. It was fun. Looking forward to early morning fresh juices and stuff like that, and massages and
And I'm gonna share more content from our trip. I didn't share anything while we were there. I just wanted to enjoy the trip with the family. But I'll share more content around, especially if you're someone who tries to eat healthier while you're traveling or you're plant based like we are. How do you eat healthy on vacation while also allowing yourself to let go and indulge and have fun? And a couple of things, I brought a lot of my drinks with me. So one of the things when you're on vacation is you end up buying everything. And not only is that more expensive, but you're kind of at the mercy of whatever is at the airport or at the hotel or wherever, right? And so naturally, I have young kids, they're both plant-based as well. And so I bring a lot of snacks with us, but then I also bring a lot of drinks. And I just made this now, but one of the drinks I bring is called Unamate. It's a purified yerba mate extract, and it's simply like a type of green tea with a lot more benefits because it's concentrated. So what it's awesome for is making fasting really easy, and that's one practice that I continue, especially when I'm on vacation. I try to fast a minimum of 12 to 13 hours because naturally on vacation, you're indulging more, right? And so this tea I drink in the morning, and I also brought my creatine with me, which when you're sleep deprived, creatine can actually be a really good thing to add into your routine. So I brought my creatine and I mix it with my yerba mate. I would drink it first thing in the morning. So it would kind of keep me satisfied. It would curb any hunger or any food noise, especially because you're surrounded. And trust me, I ate all the croissants. I'm not saying I didn't. They were so good, but this gave me some balance in my life. And I wasn't drinking, like the really fancy drinks and coffees and all of that first thing in the morning. So it gave my body some balance. So hey to everyone that is joining, thanks for being here. We were just kind of reflecting on our trip we just got back from. So amazing. But yeah, I'll be sharing some more content around that, like how can you enjoy vacation, but then also find some balance and bring some
Very
tools with
important.
you. Bring some tools with you to be healthy. And one of my greatest tools is actually Google Maps. I'm plant-based. We are plant-based, and so the hotel continental breakfast really didn't have a whole lot of options except for fruit. And so one of the things I did ahead of time is obviously I knew where our hotels were, and I Googled, and there's a good app called Happy Cow. So if you're looking for restaurants and stores that have more vegetarian or plant-based friendly items, you just search on there and search your location and then Google Maps it while you're there. And in the mornings, while everyone was sleeping, I went on my little walks and I would find these little shops. Not only was it amazing because I got to walk first thing in the morning, number two, I got to explore, especially the Gothic quarter of Barcelona. So beautiful. Highly recommend if you've never been there. But then also, I would come back carrying groceries. So there you go, weightlifting a little bit, right? Because going to the gym when you're on vacation is really hard, even though I worked out twice. So I'm proud of myself for that. But carrying groceries back was great. I found like really great smoothie shops. I found really amazing, well, bakeries, which was fun food, but I found a place with really delicious overnight oats and avocado toast and all sorts of like healthier options for us as plant-based vegans. So I'll share more on that, but it's all about preparation, right? If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail, right, men?
Best part of that, we went to, from the cruise, we went to this really cute bakery Simran found for desserts. It was like a heaven for all of us. Like we were like, oh my god, this looks so good. This looks so good. But it didn't happen just like that because she found it over on Google Map or that Happy Cow, and then we walked there almost half an hour walk. So it was really cool. So thank you for that, for doing all the work you did, and we appreciate, me and Frank and the kids appreciate that.
Yeah, the running joke of the trip every time we ate at a really good restaurant or came across something was, wow, we have really good luck. Like, we're so lucky that we just stumbled upon this place. In reality, nothing was luck. It was all planned out. There was a whole itinerary, and not to the T, but just general ideas of like, okay, this is here, this is there, and whatever we
Yeah,
feel like
but this
doing, we have access
itinerary
to.
started what 8 months ago on
December.
all our shared notes. Like this girl went through every little detail from which taxi was picking us up from Barcelona, and then what we are doing at this hour, and this place for lunch, this place for dinner. It was like to the T. She's trying to be humble right now, but yeah. So we
Well,
we really really thank you for all that, the hard work you did
well,
in last 8 months.
also the reality is when you're vegan or plant-based and you're leaving your house for 14 days, I mean, your trip is either going to be really miserable because all you're going to be eating is like French fries and ketchup or a salad, or it's going to be really amazing because there are amazing vegan options everywhere you go today, but it does require a little bit of research. And you'll see when I share these videos and these photos of the food we ate, it was absolutely phenomenal. Even the non-vegans that were with us were like, this food is absolutely phenomenal. And funny enough, it's like the random restaurants we walked into that I had not researched before, they were all like, they were okay, right? So when it comes to food, whether you're talking plant-based or not plant-based, right? It's about seasoning, it's about spices, it's about like the preparation of the food. And that is why we're so passionate about coming on here and showing you guys how easy it is to make delicious plant-based foods that are going to be not just nourishing for your physical health, but also for your mental health and your energy and for mental clarity and all of that, right? Because the more plant-based foods that you're eating, the more vitamins and minerals, antioxidants, fiber, healthy fats, protein, you're getting the whole package, right? So it's pretty amazing, and we're very, very passionate about it. So let me
So
show
we
you what
will
we're
be
gonna.
making in coming session. We will be replicating one or two dishes from our trip too.
Ooh. Yes, we should do that. We ate this one avocado toast, which was so good. It was so beautifully presented, and they
And
like
the
shaped it like a
sandwiches.
rose. It was so good. Okay, let's make the recipe then. So what I was craving, my vegan Caesar salad. I'm making pasta for dinner tonight, so I thought I'd make a vegan Caesar salad. And this is my Beast blender. I love it. I am not sponsored by it. I wish I was, but it's really great. Comes with 3 different containers. It's different than my Vitamix. Like you see the Vitamix in the back. It's the Vitamix container is really big, and so I use that for things like soups, or big smoothies for a lot of people. But I love this Beast blender because it comes with 3 different containers. So this one I use for my morning protein shake, and then these 2 I love, like this one for a quick sauce or something if I need. This one I love to make my dressings in. If you know anything about me, the one thing I tell you all the time is you got to work smarter in the kitchen, not harder. And so that really means, as a busy mom, you have to batch prep or you have to meal prep. It's going to take you such a long way in terms of feeding yourself and your family healthy meals, but then also it's going to stretch your dollar. And so I'm making a Caesar dressing today, which means I'm going to double the recipe or triple the recipe. I normally would triple this one because everyone in my family loves it, but I'm out of Dijon. So I'm going to double the recipe, and then I'm going to put some in the freezer for the next couple of weeks. And so that's going to save me time in a couple of weeks, but also we're going to enjoy a delicious Caesar whenever we want it because it'll be in the freezer. So this recipe is very simple. It's really just all like pantry staple and fridge staple ingredients. So here's what I love about homemade dressings. Usually my mom honestly just puts like 10 things together and it's just always amazing. But like, what I love about homemade dressings is you're in control of what you're putting in there, and you can add more good stuff and cut away the bad stuff, right? So when you buy store-bought dressings, yes, they're delicious. And oftentimes you're thinking, I'm eating a salad. It's so healthy for me. Yay, good for me. Except you don't realize you're putting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tablespoons of store-bought dressing, and each tablespoon might have 3 or 4 or 5 grams of sugar, and before you know it, your bowl of salad has like 20 grams of added sugar, right? Because a lot of these dressings are just full of sugar, and then also a lot of added sodium. So I would say make your own dressings. It takes a little bit of time, but if you're prepared and you make a big batch of it, it's actually not that hard. So this is what we're putting in our dressing. So this is my most recent find, which I absolutely love, Lacanico extra virgin olive oil. They are a small family owned olive oil farm, and they make the most amazing cold pressed olive oil. So we're going to put a little olive oil in there. Normally I would put lemon juice in here, but I'm out of lemon juice. So I'm going to put some apple cider vinegar. Then you know that typical Caesar sauce has Worcestershire sauce. Oh, I can never say that. So I'm going to put that in there. And then of course Dijon. Hopefully this tastes okay, but my Dijon's running low. But hopefully it tastes fine still. And then capers. And one of the things I like to do is I also put a little bit of caper water in there. So that's good. And then here's the part that I was talking about where you can add more good stuff, meaning a lot of the dressings that you buy in the store are made from a lot of oil, and then they'll add some vinegar, and then they'll usually add salt, and they'll usually add some sugar, and then maybe some seasoning or spices. A lot of times they don't have things like hemp seeds and flax seeds and nuts. And so you can really make some amazing dressings with nuts and seeds. And it really adds a whole bunch of healthy fats, omega 3s, you know, and protein. Like 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds has 10 grams of protein. So it's like you're getting the added benefit without even knowing it. And then I'm going to add some cashews. Now, when you use cashews or walnuts or sunflower seeds or dates or anything like that, you always want to soak it in hot water before, because then it's easier to blend up. Anything you want to say about this, Min? I mean, my mom's a salad queen, so.
Yeah, cashews or any nuts, it's important to soak it. Once it gives you a smoother texture. And I think you can tell more about that. Nut releases something, right? Once you soak the nuts.
Does it? No, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Yes, you soak the nut and eat. It has more benefits.
Okay.
Yeah, it has more nutritional benefit. It releases something when they are soaked.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know scientific word right now. I don't remember it, but yeah,
Got
soaking
it.
it to make it easy to make it a smooth paste.
Got it.
Yeah.
So, you can swap out your hemp seeds for anything. Hemp seeds have a very neutral flavor, a little nutty, but I like them because they just also Caesar is typically like a
Grainy.
grainy, but also like white dressing, right? So this won't change the color of it, which is really nice. Okay, so then what we're gonna do is we added half a cup of, and if you want this recipe, when I repost this live after, just comment Caesar and I'll send you the recipe. This is one that I've perfected over the last 10 years. I make it at every holiday dinner, and it's always the first thing to be finished. I never make enough of it because it's so good. So then we're going to put 3 tablespoons of capers. Of course, I'm doubling this, so I'm going to put 6 tablespoons of capers. And like I said, a little bit of extra caper water as well. And then to take your Caesar salad recipe to the next level, instead of using romaine lettuce or iceberg lettuce, which is mostly just water, not so much benefit compared to some of the other greens, I usually make a kale Caesar. And so what you're going to do is chop your kale really, 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 really tiny, and then you're going to massage it with some olive oil to kind of, make it a little bit velvety. And then your Caesar salad will be amazing. It's not, I know most people think, oh, I don't want kale Caesar, but kale Caesar is actually phenomenal. And kale,
You
in
can
terms,
mix with the other salad, the regular, what's it called, the heart of, uh, what do you call that salad? Sorry. I'm losing my mind right now. You can mix kale and the other salad, the regular Caesar salad we use.
Romaine.
Romaine, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can do that. You can,
Because
you know,
that's
my,
a little more crunchy, right? The fun part about Caesar salad is the crunch of that romaine lettuce.
yeah, I mean, it depends on what you're going for. Like, if you're going for an everyday healthy salad, then I would go for kale because it's going to give you bigger bang for your buck. In terms of the nutrient value, I mean, kale is like king. It's literally at the top of the nutrient index when you look at like overall foods comparison. But yeah, romaine will give you the crunch, and you could always just add a little bit of romaine in there. But if you're going more for like the traditional recipe, the comfort food part of it, especially for like Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever, I always use romaine because that's your traditional, Caesar salad. So I'm definitely not gonna have enough. I'm definitely. I always do this. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make this, and then I'm like, oh no, I don't have all the ingredients, and then I like,
You're
and then I
actually good with your pantry. Your pantry is always filled up with your.
Yeah, but then I channel my inner Minnie and I'm like, oh, what would Minnie put in here if she didn't have
Aw,
this?
aw. Thank you. You'll
Yeah.
remember me when I go away, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna watch these videos when you're not here anymore. This is your legacy in the making.
Yeah. The capers is something is introduced. You know how beautiful, cultures when you are multicultural marriages and all that. You not only adopt the person, you adopt their culture, their food, their language. So with Frank coming into our life in food, in terms of food, I learned how to eat capers. I was not like it was not my thing. Caper, olives, maple syrup, peanut butter. These are all things came from the French tradition, from Frank's family, and Frank enjoy all those. So I'm sure Frank can tell us what he been enjoying.
Olives?
Yeah, I said olives.
Oh, you said olives.
So
Okay.
Frank, if Frank has to say, I'm sure he will tell you 10 different things coming, marrying into an Indian family. That how much he has incorporated in his taste buds and stuff like that. So, my Guruji always says marriage of different cultures, like having a bouquet of colorful bouquet, not just having one color. So it's nice to have a multicultural marriages and understanding other cultures and other, and makes your bouquet more beautiful.
Yeah, for sure. So if you're gonna cook with oil, I think olive oil, right? If you look at kind of the Mediterranean style diet, um, olive oil is probably the most beneficial oil to cook with, and it's
Uh-huh.
going to give you some really beautiful, healthy fats, which are great for your heart health, your brain health. I think if you're someone that is trying to lose weight or optimize metabolic health and you're trying to follow low fat, what you could always do is swap out the oil for water. I typically don't cook with oil, but when I do use oil in my kitchen, it's a good quality olive oil and it's usually as a topper for my salads. I've just gotten in the habit, like yesterday I made chickpeas and the kids, I mean, not yesterday, the day before, I made chickpeas and rice, and the kids went crazy for it, and there was no oil in there. My husband went crazy for it. I made the rice with water. I made Indian style rice. So I sauteed in broth. I sauteed cumin seeds, added green peas, and added the rice in there. And it was so flavorful. And so, there is this thought that, like, oh, I can't cook without oil. And that's just a mindset, right? So we do have the ability to cook without oil. And part of it is just because oil, I mean, there are benefits to like healthy oils. However, most of us eat such a high caloric diet, in the standard Western American diet, it's very, very high calorie. And so if you're someone looking to cut calories, a simple way would be to reduce your oil intake, and you have more control over that in your cooking than you do when you're out eating, because they put oil in everything.
So
Um,
with this
so
dressing also, you if somebody is trying to lose weight or something, instead of cashews, they can use soya. They can use tofu instead of
mhm,
cashews.
mhm.
Then is less fat because nuts is calorically very high in fat and
Well,
high calorie food, right?
gosh. Oh. Okay, I am not a chef, just FYI. Not my training. I just love food. And if I had it in me, I would honestly go back and do more training in culinary medicine, because I actually think, there's a lot of people, a lot of doctors now talking about the benefits of food as medicine, the science, all of that. But then people are like, okay, great. Now I know the science. I know why I need to do, but I don't know how to cook, And so for me, it's like, I think that's where the power is, teaching people how to cook healthy, delicious food, which is not just great for their health, but it's also going to save dollars in their pocket, especially today. Man, I went to Costco the other day and everything is so expensive, right? Like a bag of avocados was $11. And so if it's expensive for us to buy in the grocery store, imagine for restaurants, it's also more expensive. And so they
Now
jack
that
up the
everything is,
prices of
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
So I think cooking at home is definitely your best bet if you're trying to save money. But here's the thing, like, I honestly just don't have it in me to do any more training. And so I'm not a chef by any means, but I have enough knowledge now for cooking and lifestyle medicine that I can have a show like this.
I feel like taking a
Uh,
chef degree too.
yeah, seriously. But between the two of us, we have like 40 years of cooking experience. So that's, you don't need a certification for everything. All right, so I don't have fresh garlic. This is a great hack. You can find this in the freezer section of your grocery store. Little frozen cube, ginger, basil, or do it yourself. That's also
You
an
have
option.
ginger garlic cubes as
Okay.
well in your freezer.
Yeah, I do actually. You're right. You made them for me.
Yeah.
Um, all right, and then here's what we're gonna do. So typical Caesar salad has Parmesan in it, and obviously since we're making a vegan Caesar, we're not gonna put Parmesan. But what we can put is nutritional yeast. So
This one I don't play enough with nutritional yeast. I want to incorporate nutritional yeast in most of my dishes now. I want to, so let's see. That's something I
yeah,
want to play around more.
yeah, it's a great thing that you can add, to snacks you're making, like roasted chickpeas, or you can add it to, like, if you want to do like roasted kale, you can put it on there, or you can put it on popcorn. You can put it in sauces. You can put it in dressings. A lot of times, nutritional yeast is fortified with B vitamins, so that's also really great. It's a great
And high
way
in
to get
protein.
in. Yeah, actually, 1 tablespoon is 3 grams of protein.
That's
So yeah,
pretty decent.
that's,
3 tablespoons is 9 grams of protein.
yeah, that's pretty awesome. Um, all right, so here we go. I'm gonna mute myself so you can talk. Let me just blend this up.
Yeah. So what I am making here, I'll show you while she's doing that. This is my detox water. I am going to add fresh sliced ginger, and this is sliced cucumbers. And I'm going to let it sit for half an hour, and then I'm going to drink it whole day long. So that was my recipe for the day today. Okay, Simran, are you done?
Yeah, I love that, right? And you can, even for people that have difficulty with drinking water, make the ritual of drinking water more fancy, because we all love a fancy mocktail. We all love a beautiful glass. We all love. So if you have a hard time drinking water, add your favorite fruit, or think about like walking into a resort in the Caribbean and they always have these big jugs of like water with fresh oranges or cucumbers or strawberry and basil. Like
Yeah.
everyone wants to drink it because it's so good. So bring that back home with you. So anything that's going to make you do more of the good thing, bring it home with you from vacation, right? We like one of the things I loved
Want
in
to?
Barcelona.
You
What?
brought my bottle back with you. I want that bottle.
I left one for you. What are you talking about? Okay, one of the things I loved in Barcelona is in the hotel we stayed at, 10 out of 10 recommend H10. They have like multiple locations
Hotels.
within Spain. It's called H10. We stayed at H10 Madison. So great. And they had glass bottles, which I think they work with a company that recycles the bottles. And so every day they gave us new water in glass bottles and we didn't have to pay for it, which was amazing because normally in hotels that's your biggest thing is you need water, and usually you get charged $8 or $9 for a plastic bottle, right? So not only was this glass, but it was free. It wasn't this exact bottle, but it was another bottle. But then throughout Spain, when we bought water bottles, they had these, and I loved that they're glass and they're beautiful, and these are also recycled, and I just brought them home with me because it's so fun to drink water out of this bottle. Like yesterday I must have had like 8 of these just because it's like it just feels so fancy and
You should
fun, right?
put it in the sun. Put the water in the sun and make a solid water for
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. I mean, I didn't put the water bottle in the sun, but yesterday I was drinking the water in the sun, so I don't know if that counts, but um
That's why I
yeah.
wanted this blue bottle.
I know. It's so nice. I gave you have one, by the way.
Okay, where? I don't have it here. Did you leave it at
Mm.
Jack's house?
Okay, so check this out. It's a little thick, so I'll add a little water to it to make it a little bit more runny, but it is so delicious, and I can't wait to put this on my salad because it's honestly so good. It's creamy, it's tangy, it's delicious. So then what we're gonna do is I have a bunch of chopped kale in my fridge right here. Right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically just take this beautiful kale. That was not good for my iPad. Gosh. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hopefully.
The thing is with
Okay,
these
so sorry.
flavored waters, you can add lemon to it, you can add mint to it, you can add cilantro, apples, oranges, anything you want. And especially when you add ginger, or in winter time, you can add fresh turmeric to it. I don't have fresh turmeric, and I'm going through under the weather, so I add this fresh ginger to it. It'll help me with my congestion, and plus good for my digestion system as well. And cucumber will it's dehydrating. A lot of water. It's like 90% water and cucumber. So more
Yeah,
water you can
more than
drink.
90%.
Oh, is it?
So
Okay.
so here I have chopped up kale here,
Uh-huh.
and to make kale more enjoyable, what I usually do is before I prepare the salad, not too soon, just before eating it, massage it with a little bit of olive oil, and that'll make it softer. Like it won't be as dry, it won't be as like it'll just be more like velvety, the kale, and it's more fun to eat. And then I'll add my dressing, and then usually what I'll do is I will add some croutons. Now, to make it a little bit more nutrient dense, instead of using typical croutons, I usually use crunchy chickpeas.
Oh,
Now,
these
I
are
mean,
so good.
roasted chickpeas are so easy to make. You can flavor them and spice them however you want. Put them in the oven for 30 minutes and you have beautiful crunchy chickpeas. However, I don't have any right now, and so I love this brand right here. It's Vienna, and they have these crunchy chickpeas. which are really, really, really delicious. And one little packet like this has 7 grams of protein and 7 grams of fiber. So this is definitely one of the snacks that we bring with us when we travel. But also, if I don't have homemade chickpeas, this is what I will add as croutons for my vegan Caesar. So thanks for coming today. Thanks for listening to all of our travel stuff. And, if you want the recipe for this vegan Caesar dressing, comment Caesar once I repost this in a little while. Sorry that my iPad dropped, so I appreciate you still hanging out. And Minnie, any last words?
That's it. We'll be back next week with more salad. Definitely myself, I'm talking about. To give you, I last time we said we'll do a series of salads. So yeah, I'll come back with some salad next week.
Yeah, and the my spring, the farmers market just kicked off again, and I get my CSA now, which is the box straight from the farm, full of seasonal local fruits and vegetables, and so we'll start using those. And I think a spring salad series sounds awesome. So we'll bring that to you. Let us know if there's anything else you guys want to see us make, and we are happy to do that. And Rajesh, Uncle is saying good job. Thank you. We appreciate you
Thank
and your
you.
support. All right. Talk to you guys. Bye.
Bye.